Hello, welcome back to Bebop Review. In this, if you remember the last lesson, I finished it off by asking you to work out the tetrachords for a melodic minor scale, ascending and descending. So I'll just work that out for you. So, melodic minor scale. Melodic minor scale, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We've got an E flat there. So that's it in it. The only ascending a harmonic minor scale, it's exactly the same as major scale, except for thirds being flattened, all the notes are the same. So if we look at that, first tetrachord here is 2-1-2, which is minor, so that's a minor tetrachord. Then we've got the link here, right, and then we've got another tetrachord here, and this is a major, isn't it? It's a major, which is a 2-2-1. Okay, so that's how you make a melodic minor ascending. So I hope you're writing all these things down, because I'm going to be starting to fly a bit now. I've done my cloth. Right, see a cloth. So I'll just show you the actual descending melodic minor is same as a natural minor scale. So I'll just write that down: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We've already actually done a natural minor, haven't we? So let's write it down. So you've got a tetrachord here, which is 2-1-2. So that's a minor tetrachord. Then we've got a link. And then we've got this natural, which is 1-2-2. Okay, so that's the melodic minor scale descending. It's basically just same as it's just basically a Aeolian scale or a natural minor. So ascending, you get a melodic minor with a flat third. Descending, it just goes back to a natural minor. Okay. I'm assuming you know why we have these different minor scales, because what happens is when we had if I just write out a natural minor scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I want to cover this in more detail later on, but just to give you a rough idea why there's different minor scales. The natural minor scale is like that, right? Now the thing is, it's not very good for harmony. This kind of scale actually dominated all playing until the arrival of opera and kind of that kind of stuff. And what's bad about this is that it doesn't have a leading note here, which means that this here, the chord that's built on here, I mean, if you don't understand chords, then you won't understand what I'm talking about. I'm just showing you that this chord here has got a B flat on, because the scale's got a B flat, which that's a minor chord. You don't want a minor chord, you want a seventh chord, because a seventh chord, dominant, a seventh chord, which is that, take that off, is very good for harmony, because you've got a 5 chord going to a 1, and it sounds better that. So what they did is they decided to make a scale that had a natural in, right? So they call that the harmonic minor scale. But the trouble with that is you've got a gap here now of 3, right? Because we said the harmonic tetrachord has 3 in it. It's 1-3-1-3-1, right? So that was bad. They thought that was bad, right? So they decided to change that. So they decided to come out with the melodic minor scale, which stops this horrible 3 here. And now we've got a 2 here, you see. So we've got 2-2-1, and that's better, right? That is 2-2-1, isn't it? Yeah, 2-2-1. So you've got 1-2-1, link, 2-2-1, and that's better for melody. That's why it's called a melodic minor scale. And then you go down the natural the other way, but basically it's got that in, so you've still got this 5-7 chord. That's all it is. Okay, so melodic minor scales we're talking about. So Let me think. Oh, no, I'm just going to stop count because I want to think what I'm going to talk about next. Yeah, what? If I remember last lesson I gave you, I said there was another way of writing the Mixolydian scale down. Just write a Mixolydian scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Right, it's a Mixolydian scale, and what I said is, what it was is, it was two major tetrachords like that, and then a link at this side. So it's 2-2-1, 2-2-1, and then this link here. And what it is you're stuck there, and if you're doing it again, you can't cycle around the cycle of fish like you could with a major chord, which had a link in the middle. But you can actually write that another way now that we know alt tetrachords. You've still got this major tetrachord here, which is a 2-2-1. You've still got the link, right? But now you can write this down as a 2-1-2 minor. So now, because you've got this link in the middle, we can put another link here, can't we? We can go somewhere else. So that could go to another type of chord. So if you put, you've got a minor there, you could go to Dorian. You could make a Dorian scale the next one, or you could put a major and make a melodic minor scale. So you know what I mean. It's up to you to look at that to see how you can carry it on. But it can go several different ways because now you've got this 2-2-1, you've got this link. So that's kind of changed the format of it. So just showing you that scales can be written different ways. You know, we had a tetrachord and a tetrachord and a link. Now we've got a tetrachord, a link, and a different tetrachord. You get what I mean? What we're going to say now. Hold on, just a sec. No, I think that's most at scales of Gidya, and it's like I say, it's up to you to look at that. What I'll do now is I'll just show you some tetrachords in bebop solos. So you can see tetrachords at work, if you know what I mean. So you can actually understand them and what jazz. I'll actually do. What I'll do is just to say I've got some here. I've got one here. Let me just check camera that you can actually see that. Okay, so we're looking here at a solo by Bud Powell. This is on Indiana from 1947. I'll just show you where, if I can find what I want to show you. Oh yeah, it's this bit here. Right, if you look here, this part of Bud Powell's solo, I'll just go through this bit from here. Obviously that's a chromatic run down, but here you can see a tetrachord, and that B is a B flat if you look at the key signature. So that tetrachord there is a 1-2-2, isn't it? So you've got A to Z, that's 1, and then 2-2. So you've got one. Hold on. Sorry. I'll just show you. So I'm looking at this one here. It's B flat, and the chord's C7, so it's B flat, A, G, F. Okay. And you've got 1-2-2, so that's an F major tetrachord, isn't it? So that's major tetrachord, and it's F major. So that's an F major tetrachord. Okay, and then that, put it there, F major. That is running into, I'll tell you what this is, even though you won't know what I'm talking about. It's running into a bebop riff. This is called M5B. I'll just try and explain what's happening, if you can see this. Let me just check. I can see myself on camera. Yeah. I'm looking at this bit here. I'll just move this up a bit. Have a quick look. Yeah. So it's running to this bit here, see? So it's D flat, B flat, B natural. Yeah. Right, this is called M5B. What it is we're moving to this C here on this F chord, and this is it's kind of like an enclosure, David Baker's enclosure. These notes are sweeping up here, and this one's coming down. So that's what that is. So we're basically going for this C, right? And then we're going down to A. So he's just playing to A. Then he's going into, if you look at this, he's going into this B. So we've got this enclosure here, which is called M5B, going into one called M5. M5, well, it ain't actually M5, but it's a changing tone. It's not M5 because M5's got to, for that to be M5, that A would have to be A sharp. What it is it's kind of like M5. It's a changing tone. You've got, it's again leading to that note. See, those two are surrounding it. So you've got this C and this A surrounding this B. Then this B, it's just fantastic, this bit here. This B then goes into something called M4. M4 is an elaboration where you just go up and down. Right, it's kind of like an elaboration from Romantic era. Can you see that? And then, so that's M4, and then we're going into another tetrachord. Where is it? C, D. And that is a natural. That's a B flat, remember. So that's a 1, 2, 2. So that's a natural tetrachord. So we've got a tetrachord here, which is a major, and then we've got another one here, natural, and in between we've got all this lovely M5 running into this changing tone, running into M4, and then back into this natural. It's just beautiful, beautiful what he's doing here. And then we go into this D7 chord here. I'll just write that out again. So we're going into this D7, which is E, so that D is leading to this E, F, G, F. So we're running up two notes to this G, right? We're running to this G here. Can you see? Hope we can see that. Let me just check on camera. You can see it. Yeah, just about. I'll just move the book up a bit so it's clearer for you to see. Right, so we're running into this G, right? And then we're going into, if you look closely there, we're running into another changing tone. This one is half tone above and half tone below, so that is definitely an M5. David Baker calls that an enclosure. So I'm going to do it like that. So we've got another one there. Then we're hitting this F sharp on beat, right? Now tetrachord is actually starting here because this is an approach note. So this is the second note of a tetrachord, right? Then it runs down to E and then to D and C, but the tetrachord is actually this bit here. We added note in. This is an elaboration because what we're doing is we're putting M5 in. So tetrachord's there, so we can look what that tetrachord is. So F sharp to G is 1, E flat to F sharp's 3, and then D to E flat is 1. So this is a harmonic. Can you see that? That's a harmonic tetrachord, right? And then we run down to, it's running down to this C. Can you see it's off the beat? It's put it on the beat, but then he's elaborated it, and instead of that F sharp there being there, off the beat, it's kind of changed the beat. So we've got this chord, which is D7, and we've got this nice F sharp on beat. So you've got that G on beat, which is D, E, F, G, which is the 11th, and then we go into this F sharp, right, on beat, and then we bring in this D on beat, you see, which is, so we've got a D harmonic tetrachord, which is going lovely with that D7 because Bud Powell's shifted off the beat. It's just fantastic. You know, when you see these old guys from 1940s, it just knocks you out because it's so good. And what gets me is, this is really fast. It's quite a fast line. And then he goes into this half diminished arpeggio. So that's spelling out B minor 7 flat 5 in it. B minor 7 flat 5 there, even though we're on G7 chord. And then we're dropping down to this B, which is obviously there. But all those notes, can you see? fit that G7. You got a B, and sorry, it's a B flat, isn't it? That no, it's a B natural. It isn't B natural. So they're fitting that G7, aren't they? So yeah, it is. It's B minor 7 flat 5. So that's basically, you can actually see there how bebop's working. We've got I've got a pencil. We've got this lovely. We've got this nice tetrachord, major tetrachord running down from here. We start off with this chromatic run. We've got this major tetrachord running backwards, right? So we're going down to F, and we started on the B flat, which is part of this C7 chord. So we've got B flat and G both on beats. So they fit it. Can you see how Bud Powell's not using a C tetrachord running back? He's running by F. He's gone that way. He's running an F tetrachord backwards to go on a C7 chord. See. And then we go into this M5B, which surrounds that, which immediately goes into a changing tone there, right? Well, that's a B flat, isn't it? So C, B, yeah, it's a changing tone, that. And then we go straight into M4, which is an elaboration upwards, and then into another tetrachord here, right, which is A to B flat. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 2, which is natural. We've got natural, and then we running up here, and then just here we start another tetrachord, but it's going into a changing tone, but this time it's a proper M5. It's what Dave Baker calls an enclosure. So the voice leading is definitely that G to F sharp. So the tetrachord is going G, F sharp, E flat, D, which is harmonic tetrachord, D harmonic, but he's shifted this bit off the beat, so that D sharp and that D there match this D7 chord. It's just fantastic. It scares me. You know, I see things like that. It scares me because you think, how can he do things like that? You know, at this speed. But he must have practiced. Remember, these guys just practiced all day long. And then we go into this B half diminished, which is an interesting thing over this G7, but it matches. Do you know what I mean? You can put substitutions in as long as you've got something that's going with a chord where you have there. And then we drop down to this B, which matches the chord. And it's just beautifully playing through changes. I'm sorry, just keep going about Bud Powell. Anyway, I'm going to finish there and let you think about that. So, hope that's been a nice little lesson for you. Okay.